everyone, welcome back to another great episode of Raihana's Cuisines. Today we're going to be making Chevro, or what is an Indian Chex mix. This is a dish where East meets West for me because I like to integrate a lot of the Indian lentils and stuff with the cereals. So this is a healthier version of the Chevro, but mind you, I didn't say healthy, I said healthier because I'm trying to use more things that are like, for example, we're going to use Rice Krispies instead of using pawa or poha, which are fried, and I actually like that more. So that you'll see here that we've got a lot of ingredients going on here. So, and this will not have a certain measurement because it's what you like in your Chevro that you're going to add or take out. Now in our house, my husband loves the daal, so we're going to be adding a little bit more daal in there. He loves fried peanuts, so we're going to be adding fried peanuts. I love, this is mamra. Mamra is actually just leftover rice that I have leftover rice. I just keep on collecting it, and then I put it in a baking dish and throw it in the oven on 250 degrees for about 3-4 hours until they dry out. Once they're dried, I deep fry this. And I was talking to my friend today, and she says that her mother just puts it in the oven and it turns out just fine. So I haven't tried that. If you want to try it, go ahead. So let's go ahead and first discuss what we're going to be adding into the Chevro mix. And every household, I can't even say household because there could be 2 women in a household and they make it completely differently. My mother-in-law makes the Chevro differently, my mom makes it differently, I make it differently. So it really is, this kind of dish is just something that it's going to cater to what you like. Just the same thing as Chex mix. You know, you throw in whatever Chex mix, whatever you like in there. So for the stuff that's going to go in there is we're going to use some Rice Krispies, and you can use any type. I have some cornflakes, and I love the crunch, so I'm going to be using cornflakes. We're also going to be using some potato chips, and you can use as much as you like. I'm also going to be using this Mung daal, which is fried and it's seasoned already. And I love buying things that are ready-made. That way it just makes things easier and faster to make. Because if you went ahead and fried everything for the Chevro, my mom makes it takes her 2-3 days by the time she gets done. Then I've got the split pea lentils right here, which is the daal. And I again buy mine ready-made. It's again seasoned. And I love buying it ready-made because that also assures that you're not gonna fry. Sometimes they get really hard. So this is just easier. And now here I have the fried peanuts, and we're not going to be using all of this. So I'm making 2 videos, and this is my first video for the English. So I went ahead and fried the peanuts in shallow oil yesterday, and I also did the same thing for the rice. And it just makes it easier because I start a little bit day ahead, and then I start gathering all my ingredients and putting in like a big container. So when I'm ready to make it, it goes fast. Now, I think I covered everything as far as what we're going to be putting into the Chevro. Now let's go ahead and concentrate on the vagar, or what is called the curry part of it. So for that, I have a little bit of oil. I have about 3/4 cup of oil in here. And this is the same oil that I use to shallow fry my rice and the peanuts. So in here, we're going to be adding some ginger and garlic. We're going to be adding mustard seeds, curry leaves, fennel seeds, sesame seeds, cloves, cinnamon, fresh, just the cinnamon sticks, some dried peppers, and then salt. And then we're going to be also hitting it with a little bit of citric acid, which is very, very optional. We're also going to be adding sugar inside our mix, and I'll show you when we're going to be adding this. We're not going to be adding this in the vagar or the curried stuff when we're frying it. We're also going to be adding some turmeric, and that also will be sprinkling that on top. Of course, I can't do anything with lemon pepper. Now, if you don't have lemon pepper where you live, you don't want to add it, don't add it. This is just my way of making Chevro. If you don't like it, omit whatever you like and add whatever you like. And then I also have some cayenne pepper here that we're going to use. So let's get started. you're gonna need I just turned on my stove. You're gonna need a very big mixing bowl if you're making quite a bit. Now, if you're not making so much, I usually like a bigger bowl just because I like everything to mix in really well. And then the other thing is that you'll have to keep on tasting the Chevro to make sure that you have enough salt, enough chilies, and enough sugar. So this is it's gonna be like a sweet and spicy type of thing. My mouth is already salivating. So you'll have to try it, you know, as you go along, and then figure out, you know, what your household is going to like. The last time I made it, my husband said you don't have enough of the daal in there, so I had to put some more. So like I said, it's just what and how you're gonna. So in this oil now, you could also reduce the amount of oil that you put in it, but mind you, I am making a lot. I am going to be using 2 packets of the Mung daal too, so I am making a lot. And if I feel that that's too much, I'll just save some for my Gujarati video. So once this starts getting really nice and hot, we're gonna go ahead and add our mustard seeds in there. And again, I don't have a measure, so I don't burn it. To this, we're gonna add a handful of curry leaves. And I like a lot of curry leaves in my chivda. If you wanna lessen it, go ahead and do that. I'm gonna go ahead and add the fennel seeds in there too. Again, about a tablespoon and a half of it. I'm gonna go ahead and add a handful of the dried chilies in here. And then I'm gonna see if I can cut this, but sure I won't be able to. There we go. A couple cinnamon sticks, some cloves, and I'm telling you, it already smells amazing. Okay, and then we're gonna go ahead and add some of the sesame seeds in here. So there you have it. We've fried everything. If you can see here, the sesame seeds look really nice and toasty. And so I'm going to go ahead, shut this off. And then, oh, I forgot one thing. So let's go ahead and add that. Turned it back on, and I like some ginger and garlic. I'm just gonna let that cook up just a little bit. I really like the taste of it. Now, my mother-in-law also adds hing in it, which is I can never say it, a sidapida, but I don't. So I'm just gonna fry that just quickly. I'm gonna go ahead, shut it off, because I don't want to burn the mixture here. All right. So we're gonna go ahead and move this off to the side, and I'm gonna make some room here so we can start mixing everything together. Okay, so all right, so in our big container, we're gonna start mixing, and this is where the fun part comes in. Now you're gonna need 2 big spoons or something just to start mixing things up. I always start off with cornflakes for some reason. I don't know why. I add my cornflakes, and then I see how much more I need to add in there. So I've got like 3-4 boxes sitting on the side, depending on how much I'm gonna need. Okay, so in goes my cornflakes. Next thing I'm gonna go ahead and add is my Rice Krispies. And I honestly love the Rice Krispies in here. I don't like when there's too many different cereals in here, but just these 2 I absolutely love. Okay, and this will make a lot. I mean, unless you have really small boxes of stuff, this will kind of add a lot. Now, as you can see, if you feel like you want more cornflakes in it, go ahead and add more cornflakes in it. But I think this is a good ratio. So to this, now I'm going to go ahead and add my mamra, which is the fried rice. I didn't realize I had some that was overdone on the bottom, but that should be okay. Okay. And then I'm going to go ahead and add half of my peanuts in here. If I have a bit too much of the mamra, I'm just going to put it on the side, freeze it, and use it next time. So again, I'm going to go ahead, stir it, and see what it looks like. Okay. Now I'm going to go ahead and add my mung daal in it because I want to see the color. And because I have bought the mung daal and the other chana, the split pea chana dal, and it is salted and seasoned, you have to be very careful when I season it with my salt because I don't want to get it very salty because these do come pretty salty. Okay, again, we're going to give it a good mix. So I'm very satisfied with the 2 bags that we have in here. Okay, now we're going to go ahead and add our split pea dals in here. And I was going to do half of the amount in here and then half of the amount in my Gujarati video. So we'll see if I need any more. I think that looks great. All right, the only one thing that's left here is the curried wagar and the potato chips. Now, if you want to also add shoestring potatoes, you can. I just haven't been able to go out and get some because it's been so cold here in Minnesota. Okay. And with the chips, I kind of like to crush it just a little bit. This is a great snack. You know, if you're traveling or if you just have like a midday, something salty. I'll also be making a video of curried potatoes, and I love having the Chevro mix on my curried potatoes. And I still kind of want to add a little bit more chips in there, so I'm going to go ahead and add more chips. And again, the chips are pretty salty too, so you're going to have to really be careful again in adding the salt. This freezes really well. It also keeps really well at, if you just make sure that you package it really well, put it in an airtight container. It should be good for about 3 months outside. So you can see that, you know, it's just a little bit of this and a little bit of that. And I think I have one more bag of chips left. Let me go ahead and put it in here. If you feel like you want to add more peanuts in there, you can. And I'm sure my husband's going to tell me that there's not enough peanuts in here. Alright. So now what we're going to do is we're going to add the wagar in here. Goes right on top, just like that. gonna give that a quick mix. So this is why I said you're gonna need quite a big pan to get everything mixed in really well. Okay, now what we're gonna do is we're gonna add a little bit of citric acid. This is extremely optional. Reason I add the citric acid in there is because we like it a little tart. If you don't like it tart, please leave it out. Again, I'm gonna go ahead and I like the sweetness, so I'm gonna go ahead and add some sugar in it. And no, I'm not gonna add all that sugar. I'm just gonna add some. I'm gonna be doing some taste tests to figure out if I need any more or not. And then comes the most important thing is the turmeric. And I like a lot of turmeric in there. I don't put it in my wagar just because I don't see why I need to. I've done it with and without. And I think this way it works really well too. It coats everything. There's that oil in there. It'll just coat everything really, really well. Okay. And you can see that the color is changing. It's turning into a nice orangish color, and that's how I like it. You could add more. In fact, I'm going to add just a little bit more in there. So a little bit more herder in there, or turmeric in there. Okay. Next, I'm going to go ahead and add my lemon pepper to give it more of that kick. Okay. Lastly, I'm going to go ahead and sprinkle some cayenne pepper on it. Now, if you like it really, really spicy, you could add more. I don't like it very spicy. So I'm just gonna add very little so that the kids and everybody can enjoy it. And just make sure that when you're ready to package this, it has completely cooled. And all that spices are just running in my nose right now. Okay, so now comes the taste test. The Chevro is completely bland. I'm gonna need to add a little bit of salt in there. I'm gonna need a little bit more sugar in there. I'm gonna need some spice in there. And I'm gonna add a little bit more turmeric in there. So this is why I said that you will have to give it a try for it to be perfect for your palate. I love the color, so I'm not going to add any more turmeric in there. Excuse me. Oh, all those spices. Okay. One more taste test. It's getting there. But I'm still not very satisfied with the taste. So, there goes more chilies. I'm gonna go ahead and I think the lemon pepper will really give it a good kick. I'm looking for that kick. And then just a bit of salt. And I did this video on purpose. You might think that it's a long video, but I really wanted to let you know that for people that have not made Chevro before or homemade snacks, you know, it's easy, but you just gotta be patient and you gotta keep on trying the flavors until you hit that where you're gonna know, yep, this is it. Okay. We got it. I can taste the salt, and then I can taste the lemon pepper, which is really nice and sour, and then I can taste the chilies and the curry leaves that we used, and the cloves we used, and the cinnamon. They're all coming through, and it just tastes really, really, really amazing. So this, we have today finished an amazing snack that can stay in the freezer for about a year, and it's a great traveling item, as well as even a lunch item. So thank you so much for joining me on this episode of Raihana's Cuisines. Hope you can join me here next time with another great video. See you then, friends.